So, it looks as though we're in a different league altogether than your little green goon squad. What do you say I just take on the other 4 by myself?
This is Yamcha. Far from being a meme known for laying in a ditch dug by a cloud of arrogance so thick it'd make Elon Musk look like Mahatma Gandhi, this Yamcha is instead a powerful, exuberant, fiercely loyal student and friend who is spearheading one of the strongest classes of supernaturally strong martial artists the world has ever seen. Fun side note about Yamcha, he also dates an extremely intelligent lady named Bulma. Bulma would go on to date a, well...
Can we eat?
Is it from outer space?
The aliens in there!
There's another pod over here! Stay calm!
Too bad it's Sunday. Those buildings would have been filled up tomorrow.
Basically a genocidal serial killer who has no problem with murdering babies. It's something I've always questioned as a fan, until I saw this. Apparently, Bulma has always had extremely questionable taste in men. For those of you who haven't seen my last video, it gives you crucial backstory, but to save you time, I'll give you the spark notes. These aliens are called Saiyans. They had a weaker partner named Raditz who was unwillingly entered into a suicide pact with the strongest man on Earth, an amnesiac Saiyan named Goku, or Kakarot. The aliens are here because magic wish-granting Dragon Balls exist, which are not actually a dragon's testicles. Like New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft, we could have been watching a series where ancient predatory creatures solve problems or create bigger ones by taking advantage of desperate people by demanding a rub and tug.
We were gonna wish for immortality, weren't we?
They obviously have selfish desires of their own that they'd like to see brought to fruition.
Right, there's 6.
Maybe the Saibamen can persuade them to tell us where the Dragon Balls are.
I think they can arrange that.
They literally grow these little green warriors in the ground, claiming that each one is as strong as Raditz, the character who took out Goku, the strongest character on Earth. After an entire year of these fellas right here training, we get to see, via their fight with the Saibamen, how much they've grown and improved. This is where the funniest shit I've seen in a while takes place. See, being an imported show from overseas, there were certain scenes that were already included that could not be edited out. The studio that took over the show had to do its best with what it was given. For example, changing this beer into something that looks like water. Take that, Jesus Christ, you fucking bum. Or, well, just listen for yourself.
That's it! There they are!
So you want some news, do you?
I can see their parachutes. They're okay.
I can't describe how hard I lost my shit hysterically laughing at the way they desperately tried to justify what happened here. No, nobody died. Look, those guys had parachutes.
I can see their parachutes. They're okay.
You know, it all reminds me of what is quite possibly the greatest video game scene of all time from a video game called Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks.
Are you okay?
I can see their parachutes. They're okay. Parachutes!
Be quiet! Look, we know the balls are down here. It can go hard.
It is time for us to talk about the fight. The Saibamen, perhaps glad to be drafted to the starting lineup, decided to pay homage to the patron saint of property damage. And no, that's not a reference to some metaphysical patron saint that doesn't actually exist. He does exist, and his name is Latimer.
Starting defense! Place at the table! Place the table! Yeah!
Make sure you tell Latimer that the NCAA will be testing on Saturday.
Yeah, baby! Starting defense!
Yeah! Speaking of drafting things in football, ladies and gentlemen, we're here live at the Dragon Ball Draft, where the Dragon Ballers have the first pick. Of course, we only have 2 teams in this draft, which makes you question why we turn this into a competitive league at all. In the highlight of last year's draft, our commissioner proved that old rich men don't necessarily have to be sexual predators towards children. No, instead, they can treat children like napkins. Stay classy, Commissioner Guiles. Stay classy. Since I'm afraid of extending this joke too far, let's go now to the first pick in the draft. Commissioner Guiles steps up to the podium.
Hi everybody. With the first pick in the Dragon Ball Draft, the Dragon Ballers select Tien!
Alright, let's see what our analysts have to say about this. Truly a magnificent pick. They say in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Well, Tien, he's king anywhere he goes with that third eye on his head. I bet you didn't see that pick coming. Alright, special thank you to our analyst Hercule, and now we go back to the commissioner for the second pick.
With the second pick in the Dragon Ball Draft, the Saiyans draft Tien's arm.
Tien's arm? This motherfucker mean Tien Shinhan? How the fuck they gonna draft Tien's arm?
I can see their parachutes. They're okay.
Well, before any of that has a chance to happen, the initial stages of the fight actually see Piccolo and Krillin holding off 3 Saibamen each. Really, this moment is just about showing us the speed and intimidating nature of battle from Gohan's perspective. Scared stiff as he takes a hit without too much trouble. It's clear he has enough power to belong. Tien and Chaozu show up, and then some guy shows up, I don't know. Since it's 6 of Earth's heroes and 6 Saibamen, Vegeta decides to watch a bunch of one-on-one action. Tien's up first. Since these Saibamen are like plants, the sun clearly gets this one too. Oh Jesus, can we air that on a kid's show? Like a Penn State football coach, Tien sees a creature about the size of a grade schooler and decides any action must be flirtatious. He shoots back some major come fuck me eyes if I've ever seen them. All 3 of them. The Saibaman takes off and Tien, dipping heavily into 90s nostalgia, tells him he's a loser. After getting knocked back, the Saibaman splits his own head open and hurls some kind of potent acid at Tien and the rest of the crew. Piccolo tries out for the role of, well, Piccolo in every Dragon Ball Z movie ever. Quick elbow from Tien to the chest, and that's it. Hey, first pick of the draft's gotta show up big. Vegeta, knowing that Bulma is watching, decides to flex what a sociopath he is and blast the Saibaman to pieces. Krillin steps up next to, no wait, Yamcha sees he's about to get Super Saiyan cucked by Vegeta and tries to show off. He actually does have a good point.
Yeah, but you've been wished back with the Dragon Balls once already. I can be revived.
You know, it's kind of weird how close they all are, especially after the acid attack, but whatever. Fuck them kids, put them in danger. Yamcha and his opponent vanish, giving us the opportunity to learn how these ultra-powerful, godlike people can see the fight.
Don't try to focus on anything. Let your eyes go out of focus.
Yeah, I think that line may have needed a little more line work on that line. For an American audience being introduced to the series, having something like this happen, breaking down how the fighters experience these fights, was really cool. As a kid, you felt like you were privy to some secret mystical bullshit. As an adult, it's easy to appreciate them having Gohan serve as the everyman. Giving us a uniquely relatable character to get behind is a good idea. Not only do we see a furious exchange of punches, but we feel proud of Gohan for taking a huge step in his abilities as a fighter. Although it begs the question of Piccolo. How the fuck did he not teach this most basic ass shit before now? Yamcha hits back and A in order to do a Mortal Kombat sweep, then X for a roundhouse. Unlike Tien, who utterly dominated the Saibaman that he fought, Yamcha is shown to be significantly weaker. Not only is he drawing about even, he flat out gets badly countered when he holds every advantage. Neat use of the sun to sneak attack with a flying sidekick, though it doesn't seem to have much weight behind it. Not even a hint of dust gets kicked up.
Apparently, Yamcha has a thing for useless flying sidekicks.
The Saibaman, given that he has come for brains,
Doesn't try the same hide in the sun trick.
instead he goes for a tackle, misses, and eats absolute shit. Holy shit, look at the fucking energy going wild. Tell you what, I am so sad that beams became so homogenized later on. Whenever someone did a beam attack, it almost felt like an event. Shit was special back then in early Dragon Ball Z. Yamcha lets Vegeta and Nappa know that he understands and respects the Saiba race. In order to pay respects to their weird skullcum culture, he wants to have an all green and orange lovemaking orgy. He invites the other Saibamen into a 1-on-4 all-you-can-fuck buffet.
What do you say I just take on the other 4 by myself?
Yamcha, are you nuts?
Hearing this, the Saibaman he just fought leaps into his arms. And that's it. That's the fight. The little green gusher, delighted that he's helped Yamcha see the Saiba race for the deep, introspective, mini murder and sex machines that they are, gleefully hugs Yamcha. It's such a touching moment that he explodes with love. Aww. Even Yamcha's favorite pussy throws itself at the TV, hoping to be a part of the hardcore hedonism. Krillin steps up to the plate instead, and Okay, I swear to God I didn't fucking edit that. Well, when life gives you lemons, end your video with a shitpost. But if I do that, how can I talk about how badass Krillin is in this moment, taking out the equivalent of 3 Raditzes with a single attack that he split into fifths? How can I question, where in the name of Vern Troyer did he come up with that kind of power level? Like seriously, is he around like 6,000 to 7,000 in power level? Because if so, he, Tien, and Piccolo would have legitimately taken Nappa without much of an issue. Speaking of Piccolo, look at him save Gohan again. Oh well, guess I won't get to bring any of that up. Tune in next time for Nappa. Here's my tribute to Kageto-kun.
Come on, all 4 of those goons! Just like Yamcha was going to do.